What is up, people? Welcome to another episode of Animal Crossing 365-day playthrough. I just want to point out, it looks like I got a new resident, but right now I'm actually going to time travel to the future so I could start doing what I want to do. It's 4 p.m. right now. Just to let you know, I want to time travel sometime after 8:30 to be able to start doing the fishing that I want to do. Because at the end of September, most of the fish that I have to catch are going to be gone, so I might as well get on that. So, just wanted to let you know. Interesting enough, our new resident is still standing where she is. So today's episode, I had to talk about a couple dreams that I have. They're so weird. They're probably more abnormal than the ones that I've had before, but the only ones that I really tell you guys are not really normal. So it's kind of like, yeah, I think it's split up in 3 kind of dreams, but I think the first one was just 2 different scenarios within the same dream. So I'll just tell them in the order that happened, alright? So, yeah, what is it? I got a comment from someone saying that I sold my gold shovel a couple episodes, which I did not notice. I did suspect I did something like that, but I didn't notice it. So, there we go with that. So, I'm not going to address anyone on the screen as of yet. I'll address the puppy girl at the end. But that is about it. So, alright, the first stream starts off with me just, like, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, to be honest with you. I'm like, I'm at this computer, and then I'm in my school, so I can't really describe the surroundings, but imagine schools, all the lockers, all the wonderful things that you would think of would be in school. So I'm in my school, I'm in one of the exits. We had wings in school, which they're not that big, I guess you could say. They held like 5 classrooms each. No, probably 10 classrooms, and it was a 2-floor school, and I think it was 5 to 8 classrooms actually would be on that, on that ground per se. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Alright, continue on. Sorry about that. My nose is actually really stuffed right now, so that's not something that I'm really entirely happy with. But no, I was on that one ground. Now there's this. I remember having a dream like this before, so this is like a way back dream. I remember that I set this one program, and then all shit breaks loose, and like Godzilla comes and destroys things. And you have to run, and I remember just, like, setting that off and running, like, doing weird parkour stuff, and me being a big guy, parkouring doesn't really seem that much of a possibility for me ever in my life. Maybe fallcouring, but I don't know about that. And so I was doing this parkour, running through the school, and then in turn, like, the top got ripped off because Godzilla was running after me. And I was looking at my phone to see how long this Godzilla attack was going to last, and it was like an hour. I'm like, oh, I gotta run away from him from an hour. And so I'm like running away from this guy, and then like, it ends up being like a big city, like, fucking, how do I explain it? You know how like the Ninja Turtles always have something to jump off of for some reason? Oh, catfish. Yeah, it was kind of like that. I was jumping on buildings that were all equal height for some reason, and I ended up making it to my house, which ended up looking like Peter Parker's house. So that was it. Peter Parker Spider-Man. Watch the movies. At least you get an idea of it. It's just a house. Let's see. And then I get to the house, and then the dream just stops. Right. The dream. I don't remember anything out of that dream. I don't even remember seeing Godzilla during that part when I was running away, to be honest with you. So I was like, okay, and then what else happens is that I'm back in school, right? And I'm about to take our finals test, which our finals tests pretty much, they're like 30% of our grade. It's pretty much everything that we learned over the year, like, culminated into one big test that's usually over 100 questions long. And all that wonderful school stuff. And as for English, and I remember I remember the teacher, because the teacher wasn't anything that I've had before. And this teacher, she was like a cute teacher, but she was small and petite. I don't know, I just remember her being really attractive. I guess, which is bad for me, but, I just remember her being really attractive for some reason. And so, Momo was in the dream. So, for those of you who've listened to my podcast and all that stuff that comes out every single week, it didn't come out this week for the reason that I let Momo down and I didn't wake up around the times where we usually record, since we have, you know, he's already awake from, you know, like, coming home from work and shit, and I'm just, like, I'm nothing. You know, and I'm still awake from doing all this other shit, and I'm just tired, and I just want to go to bed, kind of thing. I can't really stay up like I used to, you know, and so every day around 9, it was like Wednesday, at 9 a.m. we would have to record, and I would, like, stay up and finish a whole bunch of stuff, which I was doing, and which I did do today, but that's kind of bad. I ruined my sleeping schedule again, but, you know, Momo was there, so Momo was there. One of my best friend, I guess my only friend, I guess you could say. He was there, and he ended up like passing out cookies and graham crackers, and the teacher was getting pissed for some reason. I don't know what the reason was, but she got pissed and she started yelling at me. And then she started yelling at Momo, and then, like, I got up, and I was like, no, fuck you. And so, technically, I was, like, pushing this teacher around. Like, this would be abuse. Like, I would be, like, arrested for this. It's like, he's just doing something nice. He's giving us brain food, and, like, it's so dumb. And, it was stuff like that, and I was just pushing this girl around here, and then she started bringing up my grades. She's like, you do not bring up my grades right now. I tried my best. I'm studying. I'm doing everything I can. Maybe you stop being such a cunt and having it out for me. I don't, you know, I wouldn't be in this situation, you know. I was just throwing out shit, throwing out hot fire at people. And then, you know, this girl, she was getting, very, very sad. I was making a pretty teacher cry. I was like, okay. And ended up sitting down. And then, I guess we skipped past the test, and I'm walking, right? And I'm just walking. You know, Luna doing his walk. And I'm walking to my school on the outside for some reason. And then what happens, some guy, this guy wearing, like, razor blades all around him, he attacked me, hugged me, I got cut up. Apparently I almost died. I got carried into the, a guy covered in razor blades hugged me, so that was fun. So I was cut up, gashes, and all that wonderful stuff. And, what happens is that I get taken inside the school, and that said teacher's there. She's like, I'm sorry, I love you. I'm like, what? And then she kisses me, and then I wake up. Yeah. And that's what happens in the dream. I don't know what the fuck happened with that. But this one's more trippy, more action-packy. This is the second dream. After I woke up again, and I looked at the time, and it was like 2 p.m. So I was like, alright, I guess I'll just go to bed. I'll just go to bed again, and just lay around and be lazy. And so I did that. I went back to bed. I had another dream. Excuse me. I had another dream where, oh god, it's so weird when I think about it now. Oh, a pink rose, sweet. I had a dream where, I don't know, I was with this group of people, but we were talking about scary movies and scary stuff. And, the scary movie stuff started happening in the real world when we were talking, and then, we got scared. We ended up getting, like, flashlights, and all of us was decked out in, like, medieval gear. One dude was a magic guy, the other dude was, like, a, a swordsman, a warrior kind of thing, and, that's pretty much what that dream was, that was the setting, and we were, like, in this creepy mansion where we broke in and had a party. I think it was like a party of some sort where that's why we were telling said stories. And during that party, it was so where something happened where like a vase, a bust, a bust. If which is like a thing of someone from their like shoulders up. Like the head started spinning around and screaming like a crazy person. And, when that happened, I don't even want to fish anymore. I suck at this. And he started screaming like a crazy person. And then we're like, whoa, what is going on? We gotta investigate the house. And then we ended up investigating the house. And investigating the house is probably the worst possible thing we could have done, because, you know, two of the people that were, there's 4 people in all, one of them being me and the other one being the girl, which she came with me, and then those 2 guys apparently died. They're dead. And then me and this girl make it to the end. You know, we're like battling these disgusting zombie statue creatures, you know, that are scaring the hell out of us. You know, they're melting out of the wall, there's shit melting out of the wall, and then in turn they like melt on the floor, and then like get up and just, you know, and they melt up like weird blob creatures from like Power Rangers, the movie. And I don't know, man, it was so weird, so weird. And so we were getting our ass scared the whole time, you know, skeletons, you know, having people being inside out, walking around, you know, it's weird. So we make it to the end, and so, like, we don't know what's going on. We killed said whatever thing's there. You know, there was something inside this end room, which we didn't know was the end room until, you know, I know of it now. So is the end room. And so in this end room, we kill whatever happens, and then we're forced to look around, you know, and it hurt. It hurt for some reason. It hurt a lot. It pretty much felt like getting a cramp, or like when you stretch and then your leg hurts really bad. It was kind of like that. But it was like more of a tearing kind of feeling, where we turned around, and then there's these 2 faces that were spinning around like fucking crazy on the wall, like statues, like against the wall, spinning around, like ripping off the statue, and like all these things flying, and this weird spooky noise. And then what happens? Excuse me. What happens is, you know, those go away, and then we're able to move free. She's like, wow, I guess we're done here. I guess we did it. And the girl leaves. So she leaves me, which is great. So the girl leaves, and then what ends up happening is that you know, this dragon comes out of nowhere. This black fucking dragon. It comes out of nowhere and just like swoops down and like attacks me. I'm like, holy shit, what is going on? And then what else happens is, you know, this dragon continuously keeps happening, and then a health bar comes at the bottom. So I don't even know if this is like a dream or a fucking video game, now I'm thinking about it. So I ended up like shooting arrows at this dragon. He was like, you can't kill me. He's like, I'm immortal, I'm a god, and you know, all that bootleg talk about that. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, and you know, and then I ended up getting like a special indicator on the side of my screen. It was like, up R1. I'm like, okay. Up R1. And it's actually, what's funny, the special indicator is actually a special indicator of a wrestling video game that I've been playing. No, they're the moveset to be able to do it. It was R1 up in the dream, but it's actually L1 up in the video game, the wrestling game, to be able to do your finisher. And so that happened. I ended up doing a fucking Final Flash. For those of you who watched Dragon Ball Z, I ended up doing a Final Flash, which is so silly. I ended up doing a Final Flash. I was like, oh yeah, I can stop you with this, and I do a Final Flash. It takes like 1/16 of his health. He's like, you can't stop me. And then like he flies down, picks me up, and then you know, he ends up dropping me, shrinking me down, catching me, smashing me on the ground after catching me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like, you know, I had like 1 HP left. I felt like I could barely survive. And so while that was happening, you know, I heard the girl screaming, and I think the guy just fucking murdered her after I got thrown on the ground. You know, and then he picks me up, and then, you know, he turns into a human. You know, that's why he threw me on the ground. He turned into a human of some sort. And then, in turn, he picked me up on a bike, and he started talking about how disgusting life is, and the world is, and how his solitude has hidden from that, like how everyone's materialistic, and everyone, you know, fucking stares into a mirror in their pocket that speaks to them, which was supposed to be It's supposed to be a cell phone, you know, smartphones and stupid shit like that. And he's like, I want to rule. I want to rid this world. I want to create another ice age. I want to create, you know, this guy pretty much was talking about. He wants to fucking create a whole bunch of, you know, just restart Earth and get rid of all the stupid people. Now I'm just laying there leaking blood, all good, you know, like a good little boy leaking blood. And so you know, he keeps talking his evil talk. You know, talking about everything wrong with the world and how he's gonna fix it by his rule, and how he's gonna make everyone be fixed. This is the big thing. He's gonna make everyone be fixed, and those people who want to be made fixed, they're gonna, you know, end up following him and all this wonderful stuff. And he's gonna kill everyone who doesn't want to be fixed. And it's so weird. And then that ends up happening, and then I ended up falling off this bike because this dude was on like a bicycle. And I ended up, like, falling off the bike and laying in the middle of, like, a city road. And I was just laying there, not knowing what the hell to do. I was just laying there weak. I couldn't get up, and I woke up. And now I'm telling this story to you. And that's what happened. That was the fucking dream. You know, get away from me. I don't like you. Alright, time to talk to this person. Who are you? Goldie! Ah, because you're Goldie Retriever. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still new here, and this place is so unfamiliar. We haven't met before, have we, Lou? I'm just terrible with names. Anyway, I'm Goldie. I really hope we could be friends, Woof. She seems quite adorable. But, yep, that was the dream. Stupid dreams. They were crazy. It was crazy. Because, like, when I thought of the second dream, it's kind of like this. A video game movie kind of deal. And so I was like, oh god, I woke up from that, I was like, this is stupid. I'm gonna go upstairs and go brush my teeth now. And I was like, I should tell this on the episode of Animal Crossing. And look, we're 18 minutes in, and I have yet to find anything, so I'm fucking pissed. So fuck that. Fuck the fishes, right? No, literally, like, fuck the fishes. No. No, but, you know, that's dumb, people. I hate this. This is dumb. I should cut all the trees, dog. Whatever. But, yep, that is about it, everyone. That's the dream that I had. Dreams that I had. So, pretty much, one was a romance with a hot-ass teacher, and the other one was me failing a video game and learning everything from the bad guy. I didn't get a chance to heal. I didn't get a chance to do anything. I was just broken, just laying there with 1 HP. You know, like, I didn't even get my second win, per se. You know, I was laying there lifeless. I remember I couldn't move, and I wanted to move. I wanted to take down this guy's down so bad, but I couldn't. So that is about it, everyone. My name's Luna. As always, I'll teach you how to get a golden shovel tomorrow, even though I did it in Animal Crossing. You know, like in literally like the first episode. So, as always, stay frosty.